There's a beautiful piece in the Sichas Moshe by Rabbi Shmulevitz entitled Milas Eretz Yisrael, the godless, the tremendous, higher quality of Eretz Yisrael. And he starts off mentioning how great Eretz Yisrael is spiritually and wonderfully and just how fantastic it is. And then he asks a very simple question. Why is it that people who have visited don't feel it? Why is it the people who live here sometimes don't feel it? How do you miss that if it's so really gewaldic? It's Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha Ba. It's in front of God's eyes. How do you miss that? How could you live here and think it's mundane? And he says the answer is found in a medrash. The medrash highlights Chazal contrast in Dvarim Rabbah Yosef and Moshe's the reason why Yosef was buried in Eretz Yisrael and he was zocha to be buried, why Moshe was not. The medrash says is because Yosef describes himself as Ish Ivri, and when people call Moshe Ish Mitzri, he kind of doesn't address it. And Rabbi Shmulevitz points out, if you want the kochos of Eretz Yisrael to work, if you want to feel and appreciate the godless, you have to be someone who wants it. You have to desire Eretz Yisrael. You have to want to connect to it. You have to appreciate it. It doesn't come automatically, but when you do passionately care about the land that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares about, it changes your experience and your religious perspective, everything about it. Unless one say the whole thing's psychological, the cynics are going to say what they're going to say. At the same time, when you feel spiritual, the cynics are going to say maybe that's psychological also. Says Rabbi Shmulevitz, this is the trick towards feeling the godless of Eretz Yisrael, wanting it, believing in it, caring it. Mirtz Hashem, this Sunday we're going to celebrate Yom Yerushalayim, a day where we have the opportunity to appreciate Kadosh Baruch Hu returning to us, the entire city, the Kotel, Makom Beis HaMikdash. The more we want it and care and feel passionately connected to Eretz Yisrael, the more HaKadosh Baruch Hu pours out Shef upon us. That's why Yosef was zocha to be buried, because he identified and was more passionate about it. And Mirtz Hashem, we should continue in the path of Yosef, connecting to, feeling passionate about it, no matter what country we live in, appreciate the land which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's chosen land.